Hello guys, today we will be working on another TryHackMe challenge, that is Overpass. There are not lots of hints available here. This is not a guided room, but this is a beginner um, challenge which we can do. So let's start the machine. It will take few seconds to show up the IP address, and what we need to do, we need to find the user flag and root flag. What is the hint? Hint is OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities and do not brute force. Okay, so there are top 10 vulnerabilities from OWASP. If you don't know what is OWASP, so just spare some time and go through from the list. Basically, this is related to web application vulnerabilities. So this project compiles tools and resources and share the best practices to prevent web application attacks. Okay, so um, what happens when a group of proc computer science students try to make a password manager? Okay, so there is a kind of password manager application, and it says that obviously a perfect commercial success, but we need to find what is vulnerable. We need to gain access of the system, and then we need the root flag. Okay, let's copy the IP address and let's move to our Kali machine. So I've already connected to VPN. My IP address is this, and this is our uh, attacking box IP where we need to attack and gain the root access. Okay, let's jump into the shell. Let's increase the window size a bit. Okay, so first thing first, we should start with the nmap scan as usual. So we need to check like what all um, ports are open. Sudo nmap. Okay, before that, let's export the IP address in IP variable. So this is the machine IP. Okay, now sudo nmap, the same standard command sc and sv, and then dollar $IP. Okay, supply the password. Okay, so it will take some time. Let me open another window down here. Let's zoom a bit. Um, so uh, nmap is going on, and most l- okay, let's wait for this scan to complete. Okay, so it is complete now. Two ports are open, 22 SSH port and 80 port. So we should go to browser and we should check like what application or what panel is hosted on this IP address. Okay, so this is Overpass a secure password manager. So this is the password manager which is developed here. Mhm. Download Overpass today. There is a download link. These are these links are not hosted. You can check the link down below. These are not hosted on this machine. Okay, what is in downloads? Okay, so binaries are there, so we can check. These are binaries. This one is exe file, source file, and build script.sh. Let's see if we can find anything interesting in the source code. Mm, so these are standard things, about us data downloads folder, JPEG. Um, these are external links. Because if there is a comment, just because the Romans used it does not make it military grade. Change this. Okay, okay. So this is the response of one of the developer for this line. Okay, but nothing interesting here so far. Okay, so if we don't find anything on web server, the next step should be to use any tool which scan for uh, web directories, like in previous uh, room also we checked um, uh, hidden directories using GoBuster. Okay, so let's do the same again. uh, GoBuster, we are scanning for directory, obviously. URL is http. It is showing us from our previous shell history. So hyphen w is word list. We have to supply some word list. We can download new or updated word list from internet as well, and there are a couple of built-in in Kali Linux operating system, and we can create our own also. So what it will do, it will take all the words. There are 20,000 words here, and it will check if those directories are available on this URL. So it found two of them. Okay, so slash admin is a interesting thing. About us we have already checked, CSS is default, and downloads we have already checked. So meanwhile this is getting executed, let's jump to slash admin. If we find anything, um, uh, any interesting thing there. Okay, so the plain username and password, let's try for admin, admin admin password. No, nothing. Okay, let's jump to its source. It is pretty small. Okay, so these are two CSS files, PNG file, okay, three JavaScript files. What else? SVG, this is image, nothing special. So let's move to these JavaScript files. If we find anything, it just says console.log hello world. Hmm. So console means the Firefox console, and if we will run this, it will just print hello world. Okay. Mm, okay. Next is login.js, and this is cookie.js. Most likely this is used to create some cookie. Okay. So cookies are basically used to create sessions. Like if we will be able to log in, then it will create a cookie session for us. Okay, so what is written here? Post data function and code format data function and on load function, and this is login function. Okay, so this is most interesting thing, and we can see that window dot location is slash admin. If cookie is set to session token incorrect credentials. Okay, so if status or cookie um, if cookie is basically if cookie is not set, status or cookie is equal to incorrect credential, it will, if this will come on the login page like this one, it will not set a cookie. Let's try out uh, what is in their cookie. Okay, so nothing is there. So since the credential was invalid, no cookie was set. But if this is not there, it will set a cookie. Okay, so can we set cookie ourselves? So yes, there are multiple options to set the cookie, and one is listed here also. So this is the cookie name and this is value. Uh, so let's copy this out and go to slash admin and console, and then paste. I'm going to change this value to blank just to check if this will work. Okay, I can't. Okay, I can zoom in. Okay, then it's good. Okay, so there is a warning, but I believe cookie should have been set. Yep. So value is blank and name is session cookie. Okay, let's refresh. Nothing. Refresh it again. Okay, maybe. Yes, so we are able to open the admin panel. This is a RSA private key. Um, since you keep forgetting the password James, I have set up SSH keys for you. Okay, so this key is for user James. If you forget the password for this, crack it yourself. Okay, so there is a password of this RSA key so that we can use it to log in. I'm tried of fixing stuff for you. Also, we really need to talk about the military grade encryption. So there is a flaw in encryption as well. And the another user is Paradox. Okay, so James and Paradox. Okay, just let's just uh, copy these names in our Sublime text. So one is Paradox and then another is James. Okay. Okay, let's save this key. We will figure out how to use it. Um, let's create a folder. Uh, Control Shift X. Let's zoom into this window. Okay, so nano RSA dot key. Paste it here. Control X. Save. Yes. RSA key. Okay, we have saved it. Okay, so um, let's create a folder dedicated to this. There gonna be lots of file otherwise. Overpass and move RSA dot key to overpass and let's move to overpass. Okay, clear. ls minus l. Um, So the RSA key, when we will be using RSA key to log in, there is a certain prerequisite, that is we have to set the permission to 600, which is ch mode 600 and RSA dot key. So we have to set correct permission. We have to remove read access of other user and group and public readable. We should have to switch to read and write to ourselves only. Then only we will be able to use this. We are not going to use this now, but we will figure it out how we can use it. So since there is a password set for a password is set for this RSA key, we need to crack the password. So there are a couple of ways available. The most popular way is John the Ripper and SSH to John. If you don't know what it is all about, you can search for it. But this is the most common thing whenever you will encounter with any RSA.key file and passphrase is set, you have to use SSH to John and then John the Ripper uh, to crack the password. Okay, so let's use John SSH to John. This is the command SSH to John dot py Python script. What it will do, it will uh, generate an output to uh, which we can use as an input for John the Ripper. Okay, so how it will look like? We can check the output. Uh, Basically, it is just showing the value which is encrypted, and this John the Ripper will figure out what is the correct password. So, like GoBuster, we have to supply a word list. It will check basically it will use every word to encrypt and then it will match that encrypted value with this one. When a match will be there, then it will show us the passphrase which is used which is encrypted or hidden in this value. Okay, so the command is sudo john hyphen word list slash user slash share word list and slash Rock U is the most popular word list out there for John the Ripper. Again, there are many available out there. You can try another one also. Okay, so it is running. It might. Oh, so it has not taken any time. It has shown us James 13. Press Q to quit. Since we got the password, I'm quitting this session. So we got the passphrase as James 3. Let's copy it to our Sublime text. So um, basically the passphrase of James is James 13, and we got everything. We got the user, we got the passphrase, and we got the RSA key. So we have checked that 22 SSH port was open on this machine, so we can directly go to SSH and we can try to establish a connection using this RSA key. So the syntax is simple: ssh-i supply the rsa.key file, and James is the user at the rate $IP. IP is our target machine. Okay, so yes, and passphrase. So James 13, enter. Yes, so we are able to enter. We are using James credential. What is out there? So there is a user.txt and there is to-do.txt. So user.txt is obviously the user flag. We can get the user flag. These files are readable. Okay. So I'm quickly moving to to-do.txt. So since we have gained the access of James, we have to uh, take the uh, root access. We don't know what is the James password. So okay, so uh, we need to find a way to escalate our privilege. And before that, what is written here in to-do.txt? Let's check it out. Update overpass encryption. Maryland has been complaining that it is not strong enough. So this is another clue, like encryption is not strong enough. This is one thing. Then write down my password somewhere on a sticky note so that I don't forget it. Okay. Wait, we make a password manager. Why don't I just use that? Sometimes we don't take complete meaning of these hints. So if you will check the first line, write down my password somewhere on sticky note so that I don't forget it. So sometimes we end up into a rabbit hole. We try to find a place where this password is stored, but he has clearly mentioned that we make a password manager. Why don't I just use that? So his password is stored in the password manager and not on sticky note. Okay, next thing, test overpass on Mac OS. It builds fine, but I'm not sure it actually works. Okay, then the last is ask Paradox how he caught the automated build script. Okay, so before reading further, ask Paradox. So somebody is telling James. Okay, so James has written these statements for himself. So only two peoples are involved. There are not three peoples. I thought there is one more guy. Okay, so ask Paradox how he got the automated build script working and where the builds go. They are not updating on the website. Okay, I don't know what it is all about, but there is a automated build script, and who has created? Paradox has created. So we might get access of Paradox account if we will go into this direction, or probably a root access, but this is not created by James. So let's figure out how this can be automated. So in Linux, the standard way is to schedule things using cron tab. So let's check out sorry, etc slash cron tab. So these are test, everything is running using root. Okay, so these are daily and weekly, monthly, and this is hourly. Update builds from latest code, root curl overpass.htm slash download slash build script dot sh bash. Okay, so here you can see like user is root, it is running every minute, and the URL is this. What it is doing, it is downloading it and it is executing it using bash. So most likely we can create a build script.sh with our vulnerable code, and that will be executed using root. So we need to find out a way to host our script somewhere, uh, so that this script can go to this location and download it. So the destination is overpass.htm. We can replace overpass dot or we can modify host file, and we can mention our IP address, and we can host a web server on our machine probably, and then when we can host this script out with our code. Okay, let's see first if etc host file is writable. Yes, it is writable, so we are good to go. So not cat nano slash etc slash hosts. Okay, so this is the URL. We can comment this out and we can write our own. So what is IP address of my machine? So this is my machine IP address, where we will be hosting the script, and this is the URL. Okay, looks good. Control X, save yes. Just have a look if uh, it got replaced. Yes, it is. So let's try to ping also, just to make sure if this is correct. Yes, yes. Okay, so every minute this is going to this URL, downloading this shell and executing it using bash. So we need to create um, a web server on our machine. So let's do that. So this is my machine. Uh, ls cd space overpass. Okay, now there is the RSA variable. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to create the directory structure downloads and src. Okay, mkdir downloads and src hyphen p to create parent folders as well. My bad, this spelling was src. Okay, just let's remove the downloads and srv file. Okay, downloads and then src. So we need to create a build script.sh. So we need to uh, find a script which we can execute on target machine, so that it can initiate a connection from its machine to our attacking machine. So this is called reverse shell. So we have done similar thing in our previous uh, challenge also. So we are going to do similar thing. Let's go to uh, reverse shell and bash. So there are plenty of things out there. GitHub payloads, and Pentest Monkey. So this is kind of cheat sheet. Um, this is very handy. Bash, Perl, Python, and all. So we need just a bash thing. Let's copy this on our Sublime text first, and we need to supply our IP address here and a port. Usually I use 1234 for just for sake of simplicity. Let's copy this out. What we can do, we can create a build script.sh using echo command. So the syntax is already there since I have worked on this lab. So I don't need to mention the whole location because I am already there. So I'm just entering the build script.sh file name. Okay, so we are all set here. So file is there, directory structure is there. We have mentioned this hostname and host file. We just need to uh, initiate a web server. So since the web server root location is this, so we should be uh, moving back from these two directories. Yes, what is current directory slash overpass. Okay, so we have download directory, and inside download there is a srcn script hosted. So we can initiate a web server using Python. This is a very quick and easy way to initiate a server on port 80. So there is no port mentioned and no HTTPS. So this is going to 80. So um, before entering here, we should uh, find a way to listen to the reverse shell session which will come from this script. So once we will initiate this web server, it will send a request to our machine, and our machine should be ready with in listening mode. Okay, so let's open another window, zoom a bit, and the same command, netcat lvnp and 1234 port, enter. So we the connection is there. Connection, we are waiting for the connection will come. Okay, so enter password. Okay, so basically when we execute this web server, when we initiate this web server, the log comes here. If any hit will come, the log will show up. So the attempt was made to build.sh, and this was executed using root. So we got the uh, got one session and it is showing as root. So we can verify it, ID, and yes, it is a root. So what is hosted here, builds and root.txt. So we are we are good to get the flag of this root.txt file. This is readable with us. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have learned new things. This is there are very simple logics to apply. Like first we had to check like what all ports are open, since we found that 22 SSH was open. So uh, we should note it down so that we can utilize those informations later. Like we end up getting into 22 SSH shell using RSA uh, token provided in the website. So keep noting down all the information. Don't ignore any clue. Any clue can be useful at later steps. And then there was the go buster thing, and after that nothing was mentioned in a standard way. So it was just a to do.txt which gave us some clue like where we need to head up and avoid getting into rabbit hole. Read complete information before you proceed. Okay, so we are done with this lab. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.